When is the best time to start a young horse? In the springtime or in the fall? In the spring, the 3-year-old were driving good, and he could walk and trot a little bit with the rider on. And then times showed that he needed to be gelded. That wasn't that much fun, but after gelding, he could live his best life out in the forest with the other young horses. So I think he really enjoyed life. Now it's fall and we are back in business. He has had a couple of months off. Now we're gonna continue his education. But first we have to take a little step back. When the horse has had a vacation, I like to go through the basics again. Like I want to long rein him a little bit, which I did yesterday, and today we're gonna long rein with soft poles. I want to make sure that he's comfortable with the steering aids, like that he's easy to turn left and right. He's easy to make go forward and make a halt, those kinds of things. And then I want to make sure that he trusts me and he accepts being touched all over his body. Like he's not afraid of anything touching his hind legs. I'm using the soft poles to do that kind of things. Some horses doesn't like when it's something on both sides of them in the start, and these soft poles are really, really great. He is obviously relaxing. He doesn't care. He's used to everything touching his hind legs. I don't know what something could have happened out in the fields, and just for safety, I want to make sure. So before hooking onto a carriage again, we want to make sure that everything's good. Horses have different stages of development. Some periods they're a little nervous or shy, and some periods they're really full of themselves. Gelding can make them a little more shy for a while. And this guy is 3 years old. He used to be very full of himself, but now that he's gelded, it has changed a little. So I kind of need to get to know him again, because I'm used to this horse as a stallion, but now he's a gelding and he's a lot calmer. Looks like he's doing a good halt, but then something happens and, he's not in a halt anymore. He actually steps on the soft pole and it falls off, but that's no problem, so I'll just attach it again. When I have attached them like I do, if the horse steps on one of them, it's not going to break, it's not going to make a lot of sound, and it's actually just going to fall off. That's really great use of those soft poles. So this is a different stuff I do before I put him in a carriage again. I go through those stages before you hitch on the carriage. Well, here it looks like we're losing focus, both of us. One of my friends are passing with their mare. And what happens when the driver loses focus? Well, then the horse does too. I realize I need to get myself together and I'll ask him for a trot. Try to make both of us focus a little better. Then when both the task is trot and the other horse is out of sight, then he gets a little excited. And, you'll see for yourself. I think he's calm and he's listening, and this is good. And then something happens because I guess he thinks that I'm interfering with his social life with this training session. On the other side, we haven't done much in a long time. He might be a little excited as well. I'm doing my best to stay calm, even when the horse gets excited. We'll just see what happens. This is when it's great having those soft poles, because I can keep asking him to trot. It doesn't matter what he does, because it's not dangerous, and it's not going to hurt him, and it's not going to scare him. So he'll just figure it out. It's not doing any good for him. Kicking out, if I just ignore it, it's not going to happen anymore, I think. I'm just keep asking him to trot, and then he'll just figure it out. I think so. I'm not going to punish him for kicking out in the soft poles, because I know he's young and he's excited. It's not that I want him to be allowed to kick out, but I know that he's not going to learn anything from me, like kicking his butt. before doing this. It's better that he actually realizes nothing's going to happen. It's just a waste of energy. And let's just trot. That's good enough. So as you can see, I don't have a whip because I know that he listens to my voice. And when I use a whip, it's for safety if I am driving with a cart on, because I don't want him to back up. That's when I lose control if he starts to back up. So he's not allowed to do that. But the kicking, well, he hasn't usually done that. I think it's just excitement, nothing else. I think it's a good thing for the relationship between the horse and me to do things that has a very low risk in the beginning again. That way we both relax and we enjoy doing stuff together. You should watch the horse's body language and how it gradually changes throughout the session. When I train my horses, if the horse gets better during the training, then I know we have done a good thing. The horse kind of shows you the answer. If the horse is doing worse, then you have to consider what you're doing. If your horse is doing better, then you know you're on the right way. So this is about understanding how the horse's brain works. And they need to feel safe to learn, and they need to be relaxed and focused to learn. So if they're not focused because they're scared, then you have to make them safe. If they're not focused because they're excited, then you have to try to make them change focus. And then they'll learn. By punishing the horse, I think that you mostly learn them to be scared and worried. So that's not my goal for training my horses, to be scared of me or the cart or anything. I'm trying to train them to feel safe and relaxed and to like to do the tasks that I give them. And if the horse lowers its neck, it has a steady rhythm in walk and trot, and it looks calm and happy doing the tasks, then I think it's fine. It's good enough for me. When he does everything I ask him to do, relaxed, nice and easy, then I think the goal for today is achieved. And a training session does not have to be very long, especially not with the young horses. Quality is better than quantity. In case you didn't know, this is a really good guy.